The Immaterial Games podcast with these guys. And you see, that joke, that inside joke, is only for us. Because I cut that out every time. But for the benefit of the jury, for the road, I was going to have one for VAR, but then that's sporting reference that no one will understand who's not a football fan.
Yeah, you know, sports go way past my face.
The virtual assistant referee. Or it's now actually it'll be the video game assistant referee. For all those fighting game tournaments, they need VAR for that. So, that's not true, D.
I got the weird image of the thing that my dad likes for rugby, with the bot, when it just does the square thing, go to the square thing.
Yeah, can't do this. For the benefit of the podcast, I'm doing a TV or screen shape with my index fingers, drawing a video screen.
Yeah.
But
let's get this podcast started.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it started, right?
Yeah. This is the video gaming podcast from the Immaterial Gamers. Now, this is the Immaterial Gamers podcast, episode 57.
You're the one counting, not me.
I believe me.
Okay.
You believe you? That's good enough for me. I believe you too.
Okay, fair enough. My name is Ryan, and I will be your guide through the next 45 minutes to an hour of
unless you dip out early. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
It depends if we're
up to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Unless you watch it again. I mean, fuck. I don't. Who knows? We have no real control over how you spend your time.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to illustrate.
Yeah, you can watch this or listen to this podcast as much or as
we
little
don't
as you
have
want. We prefer more.
Code. We don't have Code.
We need more watch time.
Yeah.
All hail Hypnotoad.
Okay, that voice that you're hearing there is D.
Hey.
And the other voice you've heard, the Canadian voice, the smooth radio Canadian voice, Duncan.
Woo!
I'm a little less smooth than normal today. I'm a little on the sick side.
Oh. Hey, it's alright, it could be Darius.
Apparently bedridden.
I think it was the cornbread I ate last night. I'm never eating cornbread again. I love it so much, but it always betrays me.
Always. It's a problem. It's like Martin, who likes paprika spice, but always comes out in a rash every time. It's always the case of seeing when it's worth
garlic
it.
Bread.
Yes. Yeah, exactly the same
fucking
thing.
Garlic bread.
You love it, but you break out in a rash every time.
Yep. A nice itchy fiery rash.
Yep. It always brings it down to, is it worth it?
On this podcast, we take turns eating things we're allergic to and seeing which one of us dies first.
Currently next on the block would be Steve, so we need to find something for him, right?
But no, the other thing is, you'll die first, Duncan, then I'll be crippled shortly after with the dairy.
Yeah, it's definitely the dairy from the cornbread. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there.
Yeah. See, I don't have the allergic reactions to food. I have it to lavender.
I like lavender. It's one of my favourite smells.
I break out into stabby... It's almost like hundreds of stabby needles in the back. Sort of hive. If I even touch lavender. It's fun.
You wouldn't like to be up my
Sounds
dad's
like
then,
it.
because Dad has a giant lavender plant.
Yeah. Can't go anywhere near it. There's currently a lavender-scented fly box around. I can't touch it. Yep. Found this out when having surf washing up powder. Washed it all the clothes, and then I put my shirt on. Or I put a shirt on, and it was agony.
Yep.
If you ever need to keep Ryan out of your house, it's like how instead of hanging garlic over your door for vampires, you just hang like lavender.
Yeah. But it's even better. You just it's like that. I can't step through the front door unless you invite me to the house. It's just I won't even bother traveling to your house if you don't invite me. If
I invite you to stay at my house right now, will you come?
I'd like to.
Ryan, you're invited.
Shit. Right. What do I need?
Pack a suitcase.
Passport. I need to actually get a passport. I'll need to do the interview with the Home Office, where they'll ask me questions only I know. That's how they do that nowadays. It's like they'll ask about your parents' history, they'll ask about your next door neighbour's name. You know, what are the career paths of people that are in your close circle? Do you know your counter signatory? You know, all that, just to make sure that you're not like a spy.
If train A leaves the station at traveling at 60 miles per hour at 3 o'clock,
a car leaves the car park at 4 o'clock, traveling 80 miles an hour. What?
It's speeding.
Career...
You have to arrest that car.
Yeah, you have to arrest that car. But do you know the driver? Because they're your next door neighbour. Who are they?
Do you know anyone in your neighborhood who regularly speeds?
Well, it's weird at the moment, because for me, I would answer, because they one of the questions they asked someone at one point was, who is the name of your neighbour, one door to the left of you and one door to the right? And I can say, well, I don't know who lives one door to the right of me, because I just don't know who they are. Downstairs, I know my downstairs neighbour, and to the left, I used to know who lived there, but they've moved on, shuffled off the mortal coil, and been replaced by a married couple. Sorry, I mean, replaced. That sounds like a wrong sentence to say with that.
If you use the word replaced to describe your neighbor when you're being asked about, you know, these kinds of security questions when you try to leave the country, you might not be allowed out.
Well, I'm already on, well, I mean, due to this podcast, I'm already on 2 countries' watch lists, aren't I? And we all are.
At least.
China.
I've already completely eliminated myself for the running for Prime Minister, even though I'd probably do a better job than anyone running right now.
Oh, yep.
The reason I would do it better is because I would just hire a bunch of people who are just not interested in politics to do my work for me, and I would just be like, just smile and wave. It's just like, I'm not doing anything wrong, it's someone else's fault. So
you'd be the penguins from Madagascar? Just smile and wave, boys.
Smile and wave.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole plausible deniability.
That's the one. Yeah.
Plausible diability.
Like politically neutral advisors just run the country for me. I'll give some speeches. Hug a baby. Yeah. Don't hug the baby; that might hurt them.
We
shake the baby's hand.
We had the Hug a Hoodie campaign.
Oh, that freaked Paul out. That was funny.
Yeah, we had Prime Minister David Cameron was in Manchester. He was in a place called Benchill, which is in the south of Manchester, not far away from where we're based, most of us. And
I'm on the border.
He met the local chavs and tried to engage in political dialogue. Who's this fucker? What's a Tory? Are they like a City fan? It's like, no.
No, it's worse.
We borrow the name Tory to describe the conservatives in Canada. That's what we call them Tories.
Huh.
Don't know why. It has no local meaning. I think it's just because, being a Commonwealth country, we just borrow some of your stuff.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. But I did see, and it's not, don't want to do mainly political stuff in here. I mean, I have political opinions, and give me any time of day and I'll express them. But it was funny. Last week I was in the middle of Manchester, and Pride was going on, but there were a bunch of people. It turns out there was also a Labour conference going on at the same time, and there was a whole bunch of girls walking around with "I've never kissed a Tory" t-shirts based off something. But yeah. Currently, Manchester's now home to another protest. Well, I don't say protest, because Pride's not a protest, it's a celebration of expression. But it's the Extinction Rebellion. The climate change people are out again.
Woo!
Yeah, blocking up Deansgate. So all those clubbers, they'll just have to deal with people sat on bales of hay. But, right. It's alright. London has also got the Stop the Coup event going on this weekend. Just to go on the idea that we're recording on a Saturday now, which is a weird thing. And just to go on that, because of that, I've not got news set up. I'm going to try and see if we can figure out an alternate way of doing news at some point. It's just that by the time that it comes out on a Tuesday, the news is going to be 4 days old. So
it stops being news and just becomes information.
Yeah. Basically, maybe we could sit there and offer our opinions on it, but they're cold takes, not even lukewarm like we normally do. But with that gives us the ability to take something that was a piece of news, though, and do more games of the oddest, or, as we're going to be doing later on, another big question. The immaterial question, if you will. So
The immaterial question. Oh, very fun.
Yep. So, based on that, we're going to move on. We are going to go to what's been played.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. What's been played? D.
Well, yesterday I got Genital Jousting and went through that.
You got what, sorry? You cut out there.
The game Genital Jousting.
Oh,
Genital
genital
jousting.
jousting.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there. You want to say demonetized?
It was just a weird game.
Of course it is. All Devolver games are weird.
But no, the other one I've been playing recently is been going through Borderlands all over again.
Ah, which one are you currently in the middle of now?
Borderlands, the first one.
Oh, you're still in the first one?
I went through the second. I'm on the second playthrough.
Ah, okay.
I'm trying to get through the playthroughs.
How's that holding out these days?
I enjoy
Well,
playthrough
holding
1, but as you get into playthrough 2, you just can't be bothered anymore. But it's still good.
I think I've always maintained that 2 is better, but the prologue of 2 can be a bit of a slog. It's like enough of the ice. Let me just go somewhere else.
Well, basically, you got Tiny Tina and Talk in 2.
I'd say they make that game. It's that game in the way that Scooter
makes the first one.
Makes the first one, and it's a shame that Mike and Newman's finished.
That, and you got Scooter and Zed and Ned and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I just like the way I do like the way the clips work in when the bosses arrive or you meet new people. It's like, I think it's like Nine Toes. He doesn't like you.
Well, that's a big thing, because a lot of media now has taken that style of introducing characters from Borderlands.
By the way, this person doesn't like you. It's like, okay.
Hey, I mean, Borderlands was a big trendsetter in a lot of ways.
Well, 3 is coming out soon, isn't it?
3 is due out in the middle of September.
Yeah, no, it's due out
on consoles and the Epic Store.
I don't want to get it on Epic because I've already got the collection on board on the Steam. I
mean, to be honest, there's ways that it gets done. I don't know whether I'm going to pick it up straight away because it's a busy gaming thing, and to be honest, I don't want to be playing Borderlands until there's a group of us. Because inherently, Borderlands has always been best played with a full party.
Oh yeah. It's better. It's okay on your own, but with a team, it's a lot better because the loot's better and you can have a bit more fun. Except for when Matt was playing Claptrap, that was irritating.
The one thing about playing in a group, I definitely have a lower completion rate with groups than with.
It's like when I was in General Knox's Armory. You just can't loot it in time. When you got 4 of you, you can actually make a dent into the damn thing.
Yeah. Oh my god, just while we're doing this, I'm just watching an advert on BT Sport at the moment, which is all the cutscenes from WoW in reverse to promote WoW Classic.
That's what you've been playing, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll come back to that, the WoW Classic in a minute, because we were saying sort of low completion rate with Borderlands as a party. There are bits that can stall progress on that. Overly eager loot ninjas is a main one.
And then there's the...
I like to earn my own weapons, not sit there and have to beg to the hand-me-down gods.
But no, I like... when you play on your own, though, you can explore and stuff, and you don't get as... It's like every time we've tried to level, like on WoW and stuff, it's fell apart after a little while.
Yeah, it's because it's weird because even though they make a whole thing in the story, about you being a group of Vault Hunters, quest progress in that game is done on an individual level.
Yeah, so some people are lagging behind and some people are way ahead. And depending on the class, like the first one, if you're not playing the Phoenix thing. Phoenix Lady's OP. The rest of them are kind of blasé.
I don't consider any of them massively OP. At the end of the day,
the commando guy has that one ability that lets you regenerate ammo, which is pretty baller especially for a single player playthrough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Borderlands 3 though on that, because there is going to be yet another siren, but she does phase grabs instead. She basically like spawns some like Hindu god style phase arms.
Oh, okay.
That punch and grab shit. You've got a sort of like an engineer, like mechy dude. You've got another scouty hunter, and then you've got a character who doesn't gain any skill points herself because she's a shooter and she has a mech as a companion character. So you don't do skill trees, you do hard points instead. So you upgrade the mech and that upgrades your character.
It's like the second one with the Baroness.
Oh, that's it. One of them's a Beastmaster as well. So he has 3 skill trees, but then he can grab some pets, or he has like a set of pets, and they have their skill trees as well. So it's basically the hunter.
Yeah, but it's different at least. The second one twist was the claptrap and the Baroness, because the claptrap was just irritating as fuck, but it was a support because you don't know what you're going to get.
Wasn't in the second one.
Oh, it's a pre-sequel.
That's not the. I don't count that as the second one. It's the third game that came out.
It's one of them. The claptrap was the one that was the wildcard for that game, and the Baroness was 2, because she contracts you and stuff. She signs up. You get contracts and you get bonuses with who's ever attached to the Baroness, and they become master and slave effectively. It's like, sign my contract. I don't want to. Sign the contract.
Got some BDSM shit going on over here.
It was about the mechromancer.
Mechromancer.
She was great.
That's what I did as my solo playthrough through 2.
Yeah, she was cool. I kind of like the character design of her. I don't know what it is, like sort of bionics and stuff like that, but you know, it makes me feel like I will really enjoy Cyberpunk 2077 when it comes out, and that's more than just because Keanu motherfucking Reeves is in it. But yeah, it's nice to see you've been on the Borderlands trail, and you know, we'll look forward to 6 months' time when you buy it on Steam.
Probably.
Meanwhile, we'll be doing play sessions with it because you can't miss the hype train.
No. We'll have to sort that out. We'll get that sorted because I think Steph's got the idea of how we record that, and we're getting everything set up. So,
and you'll be able to catch a ride.
No, it won't be. We won't be catching a ride because it's Ellie now, isn't it? If the last expansion to the last DLC to Borderlands 2 is anything to go by, Scooter's dead.
Yeah, blammo.
So is it the fat sister?
Exploded.
Yeah, because what seems to have happened is between Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3, Tales of the Borderlands happened, and Scooter is in that, and he does a heroic sacrifice. It's not really a heroic sacrifice. He gets his arm caught in a rocket.
I like Moxie overall. She's a consistently better character. You consistently learn bits about her.
Nah, not enough. She's an exposition character. Not much more.
I do like the her intro for the first one though. I had a new toy, then I broke it.
Yeah, but I still. I'm trying to think. My favorite character is just Tiny Tina, or as she'll be in Borderlands 3, just Tina.
Oh, okay. She's getting in a character.
It's about the moving time forward from this, and you're not going to be on just Pandora. You're scouring the galaxy and finding it everywhere in the world's fucked.
Oh, okay. So you're not just stuck
everywhere
to
in the galaxy.
Pandora's systems.
No, because like you head to oh god, I think it's going to end up to like Atlas's planet, which is just a giant corporation city.
Coruscant.
Yeah, basically.
Spaceballs. Planet Spaceball. They've run out of air.
You
So they have
gotta
to
agree,
suck the air
Atlas
off
is
of
pretty much a
Pandora.
dick.
All the corporations are dicks. In fact, the last DLC for Borderlands, the one that they just brought out like a month and a half ago, Dahl is proven to be... it's confirmed that they were massive dicks. It was always done through the first 2 games that they thought that Dahl were in over their heads as a company when they all settled on Pandora in the first place. The DLC confirms, no, they found something, they didn't like it, they abandoned everyone and left them to die. There was malice in what they did. It wasn't just...
Is there any of the major companies that we haven't seen yet? Because Dr. Ned's was Jacobs.
No, Jacobs was just more military stuff, wasn't it? It was like...
No, but
there was like a Frontier stuff. Him and... What's his name? Gun salesman.
Marcus?
That's the one. They were sort of basic Jacobs people.
Yeah.
Didn't really have much in terms of them. But Atlas ended up being very military, didn't they? Because that was the armory, wasn't it?
It's also... No, General Knox. Actually,
yeah, it was Atlas.
Was Atlas with
and
General
then
Knox.
Dahl is there. Hyperion was basically... Think of that spanned over 3 games.
Well, Hyperion's the space station.
Well, no, it's more than just the space station, but no, I'm saying Hyperion stretched over 3 games. They were the entire plot point to Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, and they were significant in Tales of the Borderlands. It's canon. It's sort of there with Gearbox. It's canon.
But yeah, you got now you got a bit of Dahl now.
They're the main. They're sort of the main ones. All the other ones seem to have folded, if I remember right.
Well, Talk has become bigger because Talk isn't dead yet, or whatever. Talk's...
He's a mouthpiece, but right. But that's that. Well, yeah. So Borderlands has been talked about. Duncan.
Yep.
I forgot I was here. I was alive. So yeah. Other than playing a whole lot of Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I'm recording.
You've been playing the hell out of that with what you told me that you've recorded for Better Together.
We've now recorded, Better Together, our brand new premiere show.
Plug.
We've recorded 9 episodes of that now.
Oh God, you told me yesterday it was 8. Jesus.
We recorded another one later that day.
Is that going to be you and your sister again? Or is that you and someone else?
Me and my sister, yeah.
Yeah, but they're playing cooperatively instead of competitively.
Ooh.
Hence,
we basically play like a hot seat type of deal where like we alternate every episode who's playing.
See, I get the feeling as well. Better Together also works in those sort of games like that, sort of single player-ish games that you have fun playing with others.
I like it's like with there's a game I played where we switched. There's a bit like Danganronpa. I don't really enjoy the day-to-day thing, but I enjoyed the night combat. So I've done that before with someone. Someone's took. I think it was Catherine. I did the sheep levels. They did the dating bit levels, like social interaction.
Yeah, that's a good example. I mean, that even works into some things like my one on that before we get to continue what Duncan's playing, because it's a bit of a distraction. The Tales games. Storyline can be played by one person. The combat, get your mates around. They can all play the combat. And to be honest, in some of them games, it was almost necessary. Symphonia, there was no way you could beat the boss with the AI as they were.
True.
So anyway.
Yeah, but Symphonia is where I played Rain, I think.
Yeah. You're just doing the healy stuff.
Yeah, I was the healer. Martin was Genos.
Right. As we were saying, Duncan, you were saying...
But yeah, I mean, we've been... Yeah, I'm not going to go too much into Fire Emblem 3 because, the PlayStation's coming out. All will be revealed as it goes on. We've been enjoying the game a lot. It's like every day my sister's like, do you want to play? 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 I'm just like... And usually I say yes, but sometimes I'll be like, I kind of want to take a break.
Well, at least you're getting to spend time with your sister as well.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I'm enjoying playing the game with her. But I'm playing another game that I want to talk more about.
Okay.
I'm playing a browser game called, Pokemon Showdown. That's the one.
Pokemon Showdown.
So yeah, Pokemon Showdown is a browser-based game, free to play, 100%. And it's basically just a Pokemon battle simulator. You just you can either play random battles against random opponents. You can you can do random battles against people that you know, or you can set up your own team. Select the Pokemon that you want, the format that you're gonna play in, set up their abilities, their items, EVs, everything, ground up.
Okay.
And
yeah,
that's.
It makes it sound like Mugen.
I don't know what that is.
Mugen, I think I might have got this right, but there's one that's basically it's a fighting game where you can just insert any fighting game characters and just put them into a simulation. They auto play, and you can then do little brackets and stuff. Who would win in a fight between these fighting game characters. Generally, it's usually a DBZ character that wins because
DBZ characters are okay. Largely.
If it isn't a DBZ character versus Devil Jin, something's usually gone wrong.
But no, is it?
But yeah, I mean, it is actually, you would do actually like play, like it plays like a Pokemon game.
It's just that you can plug in all the variables.
Yeah. Yeah, so, it's a game that has a very temporary life because Nintendo will annihilate it sooner or later.
Yeah.
Because they're very particular about those kinds of things.
Yeah, play it while you can.
Yeah, but it's fun. I have a perfect record against her. We've done several different themes and gimmicks. One game was just like, pick your ideal team from any generation. I beat her with that. I made a team of dog Pokemon. And I beat her team of bird Pokemon with it.
Yep.
I got a fat team of all just fat Pokemon.
Snorlax.
Wailord. Wailord. Hariyama. Other stuff too. I can't remember them all.
Good choices.
I still find it funny how Snorlax and Munchlax works. Munchlax eats more than Snorlax, but it's tiny.
Well, it's a baby. It's got to eat lots to grow.
Yeah.
It's got to go from Munchlax to Snorlax. I mean, it's got a lot of growing to do.
Yeah. You're a big boy.
Bird. It's imagine just being like indoors, like in your house when a Munchlax starts evolving.
Shit.
It's it starts shining. It's like, oh shit, outside, oh god.
Down and B.
Crunch. Just
Pokeball.
Your house.
Please go in the Pokeball.
Cancel evolution.
Please go in Pokeball.
Your Munchlax evolved into a house wrecker.
Oh, maybe Wrecking Ball Lax. Maybe.
There you go. I came in like a wrecking lax.
Oh god, it turns and you'd lose a floor.
and maybe your mom too.
No.
The gut just punts her in the face. It's like, right through the fridge.
God, that'd be the worst JRPG start ever. The usual, your happy town at the beginning that usually catches on fire when the big bad guys, destroy you.
Like Attack on Titan or something.
Yeah, just imagine if you went out to go and get some fish and you came back to find a Snorlax had destroyed your house and your mum.
To be honest, that was a brutal thing on Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Snorlax. Yeah, Generation 9 of Pokemon is going to be like a dark comedy. Your starter Pokemon is a Munchlax, but it begins in disaster.
Oh god, I'm just thinking, if you mixed Pokemon with something like What We Did in the Shadows, it's just a mockumentary about it's just about the Elite Four living together in a house waiting for a champion to arrive. Hi, I'm Blaine. I'm the elder statesman of the Elite Four, and these rambunctious idiots just keep scaring all the champions away. I mean, what is the point of having an 8-badge system if you're gonna sit there and taunt them? I mean, what's the point? You might as well just not give them the badges. You might as well get them to knock on the door and just go, "Hello, I'm here to challenge you." Sorry, Duncan, I digressed.
But yeah, it's been fun. I've also been playing just random matches against random people online, which basically just assigns you a random team with abilities and items and such.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that there have some like behind the scenes parameters of like, it has to be, there's got to be, it picks you like the best moves that you could have for that team.
Yeah.
Generally the teams are fairly diverse, but sometimes you get a little bit stacked against, sometimes 4 of your Pokemon are weak against ground, and that's just your luck. And if you sign up for an account, which takes like 30 seconds, they don't even verify your email address or anything. You literally just put an account and username and password. That's it.
Imagine having a full team of magic cards with fail or flail, whatever the frick it's called. Splash.
There are certain parameters where like in most formats you can only have one of each type of Pokemon.
But yeah, you just have a team full of fucking magic cards. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah, and then like the last Pokemon as a plot twist is just like Rayquaza. It's like you thought it was going to be another Magikarp, but it was Rayquaza. But what was I gonna say? I got derailed there a little bit.
Sorry.
I literally don't remember what I was saying.
Parameters facing randoms.
Right. Right. So I signed up for an account, and I've just been, and it'll track your like your rank, like your matchmaking score, depending on whether you win or lose.
Mm.
So, I've been playing some lightly ranked random matches over the last couple of days, and it's been fun.
Good.
Been a lot of fun. I'll enjoy it while it lasts.
What have you been playing, Ryan?
Playing, experiencing, reminiscing, wondering.
Dying
WoW Classic.
WoW.
Dying inside may have happened a little bit. So yeah, this week Blizzard eventually opened up the WoW Classic servers. So that's for anyone who doesn't know, that was WoW before they did any expansions.
Vanilla WoW. Just plain old vanilla WoW before Burning Crusade, before Fleet Iron.
Before reduced. Yeah, so before reduced levels, requirements for getting mounts, before faction-based tapping mobs, before quest mobs were actually something people could do as a thing, before any of that, and before decent-based servers as well. So yeah, the first couple of days were spent waiting an hour and a half in queues, which was...
Yeah, you posted that earlier. I saw that post. I was like, really?
Yeah. Oh, I posted it all over Twitter as well.
But no, people have been moaning for a while that we should go back to vanilla. So it's finally been.
Blizzard went and said, "Here you go. Be careful what you wish for."
Yeah, it's vanilla. Because to be honest, it is broke. They did break this after, like, especially Northrend and above. It was just broken.
I would never say it was broken. It was actually improved. Accessibility is bigger than it's ever been on that game. That's the problem. People always want in this hardcore experience. They want the game that they feel, I want everyone to join this game where I feel I'm the best.
But yeah.
I mean, I want to play a game I can actually complete. That being said, I do like the fact that I've got all the old moves back. I actually preferred that. It's a bit of a problem with my warrior in retail modern WoW now, Battle for Azeroth, that my entire skill set is down to like 4 moves.
And you can't even what was it? You can't even really be a Titan Grip anymore. Because you like being Titan Grip warrior.
No, that's not a problem, right? None of the old stuff. My problem was that there was in Battle for Azeroth, I could be a two-handed dual-wielding warrior just by default, but my combat style literally went to 4 moves.
Oh, we need to thingy.
Yeah,
we need to speed things up a bit.
We will get there, but yeah, it was like literally down to cast attack. Okay, if I crit with attack, I can enrage. When I enrage, I could do this and it might proc enrage again. I could whirlwind and deal a couple of other attacks. But it was down to about 5 moves. There's a lot more situations in Classic WoW with the amount of moves that you've got that you could...
It's very like in the older patches, it was very situational, even for the mage and stuff. But
Yeah, but I liked that. I liked situational. There can be a point where it was too accessible.
Like the Huntard, you just roll your face across the keyboard and win. At this point.
Yeah, but that's the point. It was too accessible. But I mean, it's going to take the nostalgia hit is still there at the moment. It's starting to widen out a little bit. People are dropping off. They've had their point where they've realised the rose tinted glasses have well and truly shattered.
Yeah, well, it was. To be honest, it actually wouldn't be. That actually might be a thing that I might try at some point. Because I give up on WoW.
It's something to try. I mean, it's bundled in with a normal WoW subscription. You're not paying any more for it.
So I don't have a WoW subscription at the moment.
Yeah. Maybe buy 30 days and see what it's like.
If I do come back to WoW though on my main, I'm going to be doing Pathfinder Part 2.
Meh. Pathfinder's Pathfinder.
That's the only thing that I would come back for. Is to do Pathfinder and then play vanilla.
Well, I hope you like limited reputation dailies, because that's what it is at the moment.
I know. Probably.
So, but, yeah, I'll be still sticking there, and it's nearly getting to the point where I could finally script what I'm currently codenaming The Misadventures of Generico.
That is.
So I'll start to get that recorded soon. I mean, I guess at that point, if you do turn up, I could probably do with someone with a B camera. So, we'll see how things go. But anyway, we've gone through what's been played. We're going to get moving, because we've got limited time left.
That weird question you got?
Yeah, the weird question, yes. Right, so it is the Immaterial big question. The sport question. So, I've mentioned this to D and Duncan, so they should have had more than enough time to get an idea of what they're doing now.
Because we've definitely been thinking about that and not what we've been talking about this whole time.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I mean, I've been thinking in my head, I'm still having trouble. But based on something I put in the Discord, I love the Yakuza games. And they're all brawler games. I've explained about it before. Go check previous podcasts. They're there. But Sega announced last week, that they are going to do a new Yakuza game. They're dropping the 7 off it. It's not going to be Yakuza 7. It's most likely going to be called Yakuza Like a Dragon, and is going to be a massive departure from the series, because one, it's going to be set in an entirely new city. It's not going to be in Kamurocho, which it's been for 7, 8 games.
Oh, okay.
In their games and spin-off series, 9. An amount. But it's also going to be a turn-based RPG-like, making it such a different type of game from previous games of that series. So the big question is, if you could take a franchise that you love now and mix it with a genre of game that you also love and meld them together, what would it be? D.
Well, I like sandbox RPGs and stuff. So like the open world, but there's actually a limit to the... It doesn't just go on and on and on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like that mechanic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You can just... It's a bit open world, so you can do what you want, but you don't have to do it in any particular order. So that's the mechanic, and I like... Now I need to think of a genre, don't I?
Well, no, you've said sandbox RPG. That's your genre.
Okay.
You need to think of a game series to mix them two together, and a game series that is not already a sandbox RPG, because that would remove the point. Yeah. Right. While you're thinking on that, then,
Duncan?
Yeah. So I actually have 3 answers for this. As the guy who's in a rush, I actually have 3 good answers for this.
Okay.
So, this franchise doesn't have really like a game. It doesn't have a lot of games. It has 1 game in it, so this is kind of cheating a little bit. I've always thought it'd be kind of cool to throw in like a Ruby MOBA.
Oh.
It's a good it's a good genre fit for a good franchise fit.
Yeah.
I think
like
it would
Ruby.
work really well.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. I mean, Ruby stuff really at that point is sort of either been hack and slashers, or that one like, not Candy Crush. You know what I mean? The Clash games, the ones where it was just like, it was almost like lane defense.
Yeah, it was a tower defense, a hero tower defense game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be fun. You know, Ruby Vital Festival or something like that. Whatever.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
But
And then you could have that in various modes to basically be like the Vital Tournament in that one thing, because that was like, what was it? It was 4-person teams, and then there was a 2-person team, and then it was a solo fight. Mm-hmm. So you could have those different ways of doing stuff.
Yeah, and you can go with the pre-built teams, or you can mix it up and play whatever characters you like.
Yeah.
You could also play with team compositions. So, like, instead of just having like Team Ruby, Team Juniper, Team Coffee, or whatever, you could.
Yeah, you could just mix them up.
Yeah,
It'd be like a proper MOBA. Yeah, that's what Duncan was saying. Yeah, it's like a proper MOBA at that point. I mean, it's like, think of it this way: League of Legends already has those factions in place, but you can choose a team from any character or any champion from that pool. So yeah, okay, cool. So have you got your game yet, D?
Trying to think. I see Borderlands has already got the mechanics, because Borderlands is already an open world thing, so that's not helping.
Yeah, but you also said you had a Sandbox RPG. I mean, I guess it is a first-person shooter RPG hybrid, but
yeah, it's got the reason why I like Borderlands is the fact that it's part sandbox, part looter, part RPG. So I'm trying to think. There's
right. So you're still thinking of a name. Let me see if I can think of one that I was looking at. It's a shame that this is actually already going to be fulfilled in a sense, because I like the. So I do like the Grand Theft Auto games, and see, this is a shame because it's already going to be fulfilled. Because I've just realised this at this point, because I was going to say a Grand Theft Auto game that was a roguelike.
A roguelike?
So you go, yeah.
How'd that work?
I don't know. You could, rather than playing as one story character in a Grand Theft Auto game, you would play, just various upstart criminals looking to get up the career ladder by doing quests and eventually toppling down any corrupt stuff that's in, well, we'll just say Liberty City, just for example. I've realised that might be a problem now because of Ubisoft's latest Watch Dogs game that's coming out, Legion, which you play as DedSec characters in a futuristic authoritarian London, where you get where you can hire anyone in the city. You gain their trust, and they will join DedSec. And you need as many people as possible because permadeath.
Ooh.
If one of them dies, that's it. They're dead. So you move forward that way. So yeah, I'd go with that.
Would you like to hear my other answers?
Yeah, go for it.
So, as the world's biggest Starcraft fan, or not Starcraft. Starcraft is one of my answers. It was the world's biggest Star Fox fan, who was becoming more and more paranoid of the possibility of the Star Fox franchise going the way of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise in a year now.
Yep. Oh, we don't talk about Zero.
Yeah, it's already had a bit of a stumbling block. I would love to see a game take place in the Star Fox universe that, hello, Nintendo, knock, knock, just, by the way, putting this out there, it doesn't need to focus on the original Star Fox team or lore or anything. Could just, somewhere in that world, you got a perfectly fine world with lots of planets and stuff. A Star Fox game that's in like an open world space exploration type of game in the format of like Freelancer, just like that.
Yes, please, Nintendo. I know you don't know about as much, but I mean, if you could, You know it would work.
Yeah, just be like, make your own little mercenary character. Your own little fursona, a la that last Sonic game.
Yeah.
And have your single player campaign, and then some random side stuff on the side. Maybe create a multiplayer element. Obviously, create a multiplayer element. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're going to go like freelancer, multiplayer element straight off.
Yeah. So I think that would be a fun little toy to play around with.
Yes, please. And while we're here, the producer came in and was looking at the idea of Warframe in the format of GTA. What is this? When ninjas go rogue?
Basically.
Grind ninjas.
Yeah. Hell yeah, is the response. I mean, it could always be going that way with the new war, so you never know. Still can't wait for that new mode to come out, though. That'll get us back into it. I can guarantee it. Where you control a spaceship, and it's basically Warframe's version of FTL. Sort of mixes sort of Guns of Icarus's maintaining the ship mechanics, while other players in your party go down onto the ground and do the missions, and you can help out other parties in need.
Apparently, new frame's out this week, or is already out.
Yeah, just new frames. This is always new frames. Right, D, have you got that game? Go on, you were so close. You want to make a game a sandbox RPG. What game would you make?
Make Sandbox RPG.
Because that was what you turned around and said you like the sandbox RPG. But I mean, you said an anime RPG.
Well, what already exists. There's quite a few, because that One Piece falls into that already. So does...
What about a Ghost in the Shell sandbox RPG? Ghost in the Shell has not had many games out. They've had a military shooter and an old PlayStation game where you drove around in a Tachikoma.
Yeah, it would be nice to have but it'd be nice to have like you can choose what certain like themes or franchises you could have, instead of it just being like, well, here's the One Piece world. Here's the I quite like the way that they cross over things in Nintendo's thingy one, Brawl.
Okay.
So you could, but not in the Brawl mechanics. Well, Brawl is pretty fun.
Brawl as a sandbox RPG, or Smash Brothers as an Smash Brothers as an MMO.
Yeah, where you can.
Oh God.
You're not just bound to one character. You can just have.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
It's
complicated. But you could have different versions of that. So you could have like an anime one.
That might be making it a bit
complicated.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't want it. You in your ideal thing, you don't want the every game, do you? That's
no.
Especially you. You don't want the every game.
No, because
you sit there and go into you play Fallout. You go out of the vault, and then your brain gets mashed with the amount of stuff you can do. So be careful on that idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. There's certain mechanics I like and certain things. Like I like the Lego mechanics. I do like, but I don't like some of the newer Lego games. I like some of the older ones. The newer ones, there was a mechanic they added in it, which was horrible.
Ooh. Ace Attorney as a Darkest Dungeon style simulator.
Objection!
Adding stress mechanics to your objections. Right, so yeah, before we end up going crazy on all these, because now we've opened the floodgates on ideas.
Starcraft MMO,
there we go, quickly before Duncan. I knew we were missing something.
Yeah, but, it's a genre I haven't dabbled in probably a decade, but if I'm going to come back for any MMO ever, make it Starcraft.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Codename Titan was supposed to be, and it effectively ended up being Overwatch, didn't it? What started off as a StarCraft-style MMO, then ended up becoming a multi-character, first-person shooter MOBA, effectively. So, it's like Blizzard is only allowed one game of a genre each time. I'm surprised that they're remastering bloody Warcraft.
But yeah, Warcraft 3's been on the table forever.
Yeah, speaking of that war mastering. But, right, let's get to the wrap-up then, because
Okay. We
time.
need to.
So, yeah. The usual, thank you for listening this far. And if you did enjoy what you listened to, please like, share, subscribe, comment, click the bell, discuss.
Notification stuff.
Yeah, do all that. And then keep an eye out for the schedule, starting with the Tuesday where this podcast lives.
Mm-hmm.
Then Wednesday is currently blank. But it may be where the Adventures of Generico go.
We've got a TFT on Thursday.
Yep, we do indeed. War Table Friday.
When's Trine coming out?
Trine is already out.
Oh, Trine's out already.
Yeah, I have, as Duncan goes, I can, on a good day, have a shockingly good turnaround.
Yeah, we did
between
Trine.
recording and uploading.
Yeah,
if I
did
focus.
Trine yesterday.
Yeah. But Saturdays is either play sessions, Immaterial takes on, or something immaterially different. Depends on who's around, and what's going on. Sundays is supposed to be where sibling rivalry is.
We'll see.
Yeah. But Mondays is definitely where Better Together is.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Better together.
Yeah. So, episode 2 will already be out, but for the recording's sake, I will be watching that. I love this, because generally, it's an easy edit for me. There's just, any sort of distraction-y bits that Duncan does not require in said video just gets cut. And generally, it edits itself.
That's good.
So basically, it's me, I just get a sneak preview of what's coming out. It's great that way. So, yeah. So, with that, thank you very much, D. And thank you, Duncan.
No problem. Nice to be here.
Aye. And until next week, please, for God's sake, don't kill each other. But just sit in logging queues. It's peaceful that way.
Yeah, you might kill yourself after a while.
Yeah.
But at least you won't be a danger to the public.
Yeah. But calculating time remaining for next podcast, 7 days. Position in queue, ? Right, we'll see you next week, guys.
Okay.